Yeah, so Jones right now. Yeah. Woo! Let's get this game on, boys. Heck yes, brother. Ooh, pwned him. Ah, found one. Gotta go pwn these noobs real quick. Sorry. Come on, come on. Dang it! Oh, sorry. Didn't see you there. I was just pwning some news at Rainbow Six Siege while I was buying my illegal Robux copier. But as you can see, the performance is less than average. So, a gamer like me, of course, can't deal with average, or even mediocre at best. So, I need to upgrade my gaming PC. But how could I do that with just this lousy old laptop? Well, today, I'm going to show you. Well, today I'm going to show you how to take a lousy laptop like this and turn it into this. And now, before we get too seriously into gaming, building our next gaming rig, I must admit something, that this is not the greatest in the universe, and unless you know exactly what you're doing, I wouldn't recommend you do exactly what I do at all, because for one thing, I only know 2% of the people watching this, if anyone ever watches this, could do this, because 90% of this garbage is 3D printed, and I know the average American doesn't have a 3D printer just lying around, and if they do, they're not an average American anymore. Just like me, I'm below average. That's my category, the low 2%. But I find it to be a fun little task that I took upon myself, that I never should have in the first place. Because for one, it didn't work. It didn't. Just in case you were wondering that in the first place and wanting to see, some FPS counters go right into the hundreds, it doesn't work. Probably because I have a dead hard drive and I could totally fix that if I really wanted to, but I don't want to put that much effort into a beautiful, beautiful piece of equipment like that or anything like that. But I thought it was quite fancy, and I'm going to show you how I did it today. Alright, to start off, first you got to take your laptop from 1977, and you got to figure out what laptop it is. And if it's broken, you got to figure out, what processor it has, what you're working with, what graphics card, what it is, what region. Alright, so to figure that out, typically at the back, unless yours is from a junkyard, first of all, the first thing you got to do is figure out the SIM card, the serial number, the SN number here. You got to type that into Google. It comes up with nothing. You got to take on this SNID number. Kind of helps. Type that into Google. If it comes up with nothing, you could look up the name of the laptop. That's what I did, because this bloody laptop doesn't exist anywhere, and even that I had trouble figuring out what this processor was, and still to this day I don't know for sure. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm back with all the parts here, ready to show you. Now, as you know, we're kind of going for a semi-budget build, but as you can see, some of these parts are not budget. So to start off, let's start simple by what we already know. This is the Acer motherboard that we grabbed out of the laptop just over there. It's an old guy. It's packing a good old Intel Core i5, 4th gen. Don't know exactly which one, but we're getting there. Now what we're going to put in the motherboard for RAM-wise is this tiny little Crucial 8GB stick. It's not much, but I'm pretty sure if I put in a 16GB stick, the computer's just not going to boot. Next over here for storage, we have this tiny little guy. This is a 60 gigabyte laptop SSD. Now you can put these in normal desktops, but it certainly takes an adapter or two to do so. And these are cheap little guys that you can get on eBay for like, you know, a good old, I don't know. We'll get there. Next for, wow. Also for storage, for mass storage, I should say, are these big old hard drives. Or one of them's big. The other one's not so much. These are both 500 gigabyte drives. One of this is the laptop drive that came with the laptop. The other one is a Seagate old 500 gigabyte hard drive you can find practically anywhere. Oh, goodness. Now for a graphics card, we're packing a GTX 1050. Now I feel I could have gone a bit higher, but I felt comfortable about this one with the 4th gen i5. Now as you can tell, this is a desktop graphics card. And now I know what you're asking, how do you put this thick boy inside of this not so much thick boy? Well, it all comes down to adapters, boy. This is the Beast V8 EXP GPC, I think. GDC. Now what this guy does is it basically takes this cord here, which is a HDMI to micro PCI, and you plug it into this HDMI port and it goes directly to a micro PCI port just in a laptop motherboard. Now luckily I have two of them, so I can put my SSD in the other one and this bad boy in one of them. And this is not simply just done and well said as plugging it into the GPU, plugging it into the motherboard, and you're done. You do unfortunately need to power this thing because laptop motherboards consume crap all power. So we have this big beefy boy, the RM750X from Corsair, which is a fully modular power supply that I feel will be very trustworthy in this case and is definitely going overboard in terms of power, but we don't talk about it. Next, for the case, I went with an old Dell broken down case. It was busted. I grabbed it from my friend and painted it all up, and yeah, but it's okay. Next, we're going to put 4 fans in total. There's already one at the top for an exhaust fan. It's going this way. But I have another NZXT fan, which is also this one. Next, these are the Dark Store Game Cooling ZR12 fans. Ooh, fancy. They're actually dual blade. They look super nice, actually. They're solid fans all in all. They push I believe 1200 RPM, but that's what the box says, so you trust the box. So yeah, I'm gonna put this guy together before I put the entire PC because I still need to put this together. Let's get it, boys. Let's get it. Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh, no. We're good. We're good. All right. Where's my crucial? Oh my gosh. Pressing. Alright guys, so this is a good rough estimate of of the case and what it's going to generally look like. Hopefully it'll look a bit better when I add case fans and motherboard. But we're going for budget, so it's okay. It's okay if it looks bad. But now that we have that relatively done, I'm gonna get started on putting in the actual components, starting with, of course, the motherboard. What an idiot. Would put in the motherboard first. What an idiot. Crap, is that getting in the way? Am I even close to my standoffs? That I can't move anywhere because the hard drive's in the way. Oh no. Why do I mismeasure things? Oh my gosh. Yeah boy. Right, that's installed. Standoffs, what am I doing? This is smaller. Okay. I'm 200% sure I've broken this motherboard by now. Now, I am 999% sure that this motherboard is broken, but I'm going to continue with this anyways because I spent way too much time on it. Alright. Chuck that in there, just like that. Oh. Clearly doesn't fit correctly either. Where are the holes? Where are the holes? Fits this way though, right? Oh no. Alright, problem number 432 million. This cooler doesn't work. What standoffs do I need for this? Bruh. What was running through my thick skull while creating this PC? Like, maybe this was possible? Am I retarded? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna lose it. Problem number 487. Wow, this fan. Who needs computer cooling anyway? Amateurs. Now this thing is gonna get giga cooled. Okay. I swear to good night. Let's do this up. Why is it doing this mad troll? No, just that dad on him. And the cooler itself. Alright guys, so I'm back, and it's been a couple of days since I've worked on this beautiful, beautiful piece of actual, because for one thing, I ran into even more problems. Now, I know that's hard to reconcile, but there were more problems. And as you can see, there's now fans on the front, and the I/O, and probably a lot of other things that I forgot that I didn't install on camera. But it's there now. The fans actually do look really good, and I bet they'll look even better when the LEDs are on. Even without a front panel, I mean, it doesn't look terrible. The front I/O is pretty solid, pretty swell, pretty works really well with the computer, and same with the motherboard, surprisingly. So the last thing I just need to do is install the SD trays, which don't have SDs in them, or just the SSD trays in and the graphics card, and I am 99% sure it will not work. So let's get on with it, boys. This wasted time and effort. All right. Problem 890 graphics card doesn't fit. So, designed you to go in. Why don't you go in? Ooh, that's lovely. Yeah, I guess that's a side effect. Dang it. Beautiful. Alright, so this is it all assembled, and I do want to put this in there, so I'm just going to... Wow. Okay, so this is it basically all assembled with some debatable parts to it. There we go. Now it's all assembled, and I'm scared as all heck to turn this on because I am almost... Why does this keep doing this? I am, like I said before, I'm 90% sure this doesn't have a future, a life, a hope in the world working. Am I even recording? Alright. Alright, so both power plugs are plugged in. One for the power supply and one for the motherboard. I forgot the HDMI. Alright, now that it's all assembled to the best of my ability, we're actually gonna turn this on for the first time ever, and this is scary. This is definitely the very scary part of all of this. And oh, that's awkward, because this entire project probably took me around 3 months to get all the parts for, because for one, I practically spray painted everything in this because it looked like garbage otherwise, and I wanted it to be a reasonably looking budget build. Gaming. Alright, so now that everything's plugged in, I guess the only thing to do is to turn it on and hopefully see. It turned on! Wait a second. Those graphics card fans didn't turn on, did they? I'm gonna try that again. Alright, now for the real turn on. Okay, good. The graphics card fans spin on. Great. That's wonderful. Oh God, please turn on. Please boot. Maybe the graphics card is not working, and maybe it can go via onboard. This is gonna look super goofy, but... Oh! We got a post! We got a post! On onboard graphics. Maybe this graphics card is just having issues. Alright, so this is good news. Let's see if this thing boots into Windows. These fans are really weird. I mean, I know these hard drives are old, but I've been sitting here for a good 4 minutes, and I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, we're reaching our 7-minute mark and haven't seen crap all. Just for a point of reference, the cable management in this case is less than acceptable. So, no, you will not be seeing the cable management, and I will be putting this back panel on as soon as I can. You know what's interesting? This keyboard doesn't look like it has power running to it. So yeah, unfortunately it doesn't work. And I never really expected it to either. I mean, it's not like everything I did was good for the machine at all. But yeah, I thought it was a cool little project. I mean, I might come back to it every once in a while. Probably when I get a new SSD, I'll throw it in there, try it, or a new motherboard, or just a new computer. I'll come back to it. But if you all want to see some more of this thing or other garbage on this, I would really appreciate it if you show some love, Maybe hit it up in the comments. Likes don't particularly matter, especially when I have 2 subscribers like me. Basically, this video was just designed to screw around because I didn't spend very much money. I must have spent like a total of $50 on this entire PC. All these components I had around, which I'm basically trying to say you shouldn't do this at home unless you know what you're doing. Throwing a laptop motherboard in there with a graphics card for a desktop. Throwing in a power supply that is far, far, far too overrated for this by any means necessary. But it's still there, and it's still there. But thank you all, guys. I appreciate you, and I hope I catch you in the nether. And dang it, here's the montage.